Respected seniors, welcome you all to this online session on prevention from online financial and other frauds. I am CA Rishi Khator. Gratitude is the attitude. I must first express my gratitude to Never Say Retired, led by Mr. Vijay Maru. He is having this crusade that people, senior citizens, do not retire at all. They can continue to contribute towards the nation building jobs which they are doing. They have the requisite skill, experience, and knowledge. It is this initiative is also supported by Infinity, which is a real estate infrastructure company, and we are thankful to them for supporting this initiative. This session, what does it uh, bring for to you? It creates awareness, and as all of us know, awareness, non-skill should be that can prevent you from falling prey to the fraudsters. It apprises you of different types of frauds, informs you of the precautions, and also updates you on the various initiatives taken by the government towards preventing commoners, citizens from frauds. We must understand that these cyber criminals or online criminals are not just hacking computer systems, they are actually hacking human brains. So the firewall, the economic self-defense has to be inside your brain. So there are two types of fraud. Online frauds typically happens through internet, through computer, through links given in SMS, and other frauds, it takes place by way of breach of trust, fake job offers, and lottery scams, all of which also result in financial loss or exploitation. Before we commence, this is a small 9-second introduction to the Infinity Group old age home that they have made. It's an excellent, exclusive facility for senior citizens who want to live in old age home. Why this is happening to senior citizens? Why actually it is happening? Because India is in the cusp of digital revolution. As early as last May 2025, there has been 1.9 billion transactions amounting to 25 lakh crore of online transactions, smartphone users. So whereas the digital revolution is evolving fast, but digital literacy has not kept pace with it. People still do not know how well to use apps and cannot identify or differentiate between links and fraudsters. Scammers, fraudsters are evolving faster than users, constantly adapting to new digital habits. And there are two types of temptations. One is the aspirational, which lures the vulnerable section of senior citizens to new areas, to in online capital gains, etc. There is also an emotional trigger which happens, like your account will be suspended. So all these are this is the backdrop of why it is happening now. We human beings actually have a habit to trust each other, but please be aware that not all trusts are trustworthy. Actually, it may also be a bait to sink your savings. Different types of online financial frauds. We will discuss each of them with actual examples, but let us understand the technical words of that. Phishing, it generally happens through emails. Wishing, it happens through phone calls. These frauds happen through phone calls. Money mules are actually the ghost accounts which is opened in the banks and where they generally operate from fake address with minimum balance. Crores come in, crores go out within a day, and these accounts are used for by scamsters to launder money, to utilize the fraudulent money and spread it to thousands of other accounts before the trail is lost. Impersonation scams, it means that fake identity is established to gain trust and finally commit fraud. There are loan and investment scams with false promises, and jacking is actually public charging code utilized for taking sensitive data from your phone. A few statistics are eye opener. Actually, cyber crimes means online crimes against senior citizens are increasing at an alarming pace. As per the last data available between 20 to 22, it surged 86%. National Crime Bureau records also says that there is an increase in phishing. Mind you, phishing is an email scam. Phishing scams, fraudulent advertisement, privacy breaches targeting mostly elderly internet users. One of the biggest challenge is their limited awareness of digital threats. Their digital practices are not attuned to deter frauds. And additionally, 37% people do not understand properly all the app features. 24% find interfaces too complex. So these are the few statistics which result in why seniors are more vulnerable than the other youngsters because they are digitally unfamiliar with the new technologies, online security practices. They may not be willing to take up new practices which are more attuned to, which are more secure. There is also emotional vulnerability because there are emotional triggers like fear of legal troubles, loss of reputation, etc., etc. This also results in seniors getting targeted more. Social isolation, many of the seniors must be living alone, away from their immediate family, and there is an hesitation to share their problems in respect of suspicious calls and phishing and phishing scams with others. This may also lead to them getting isolated and them getting more vulnerable to digital frauds. Well, examples are better than precepts. So let us go through each of these frauds with a case study. Though I must caution you that these case studies are across geographies, across the educational profile of the victims, across the financial profiles of the victims, and across demography. We have selected cases which directly connects to senior citizens, but it may, as I said, it may be general for other citizens also who are not senior citizens. Fake loan scam. So here a gentleman, 70-year-old person in Mumbai was defrauded of 1.14 crores. He was offered a 10 crore loan at a low interest. And when he succumbed to this offer, he was asked first to take a 5 lakh policy towards health insurance, which was, of course, a bogus policy. Fraudulent documents were created. And then he was asked to deposit further fees and send false documents. The victim realized the fraud, but it was only after doing away with 1.14 crore of his hard-earned money. And what do we learn from this? So each of the case studies which we take, we will also take you through the precaution which one can take to avoid such avoid such fraud taking place on oneself. So what are the precautions? Never trust an unsolicited loan offers. Mind you, whenever RBI has mandated that since uh, January 25, any promotional offers from banks will be coming from a phone starting with 1 4 series. Similarly, any service call or transactional call from banks will come from phones starting with series 16. So never trust unsolicited loan offers. Identify callers and avoid advance payment for loan processing. Be wary of fabricated documents. So these are the direct precautions that you can take to ward away the fake loan scam. Address update spam. Frequently, we receive messages that your courier is not delivered, that India Post cannot deliver your courier because of want of details. Now, such want of details and then communicated through SMS that if you click the link, then you can update the address. Now, these links are fraudulent links. These are meant to take control of your sensitive information from your phone, and ultimately you will get defrauded by way of remittance, unauthorized remittance from your bank account to the fraudster's account. So this is update your address scam. And how do I control take precaution? I One needs to restrict link previews. Now there are options available in WhatsApp, in SMS, in your respective handsets where you can restrict link previews. Do take a help of your near and dear ones into understanding how you can restrict link previews. By restricting such, you will not be directed towards linking with any link provided by a fraudster. Even if you have not restricted link preview, you can still you are still advised not to link on any suspicious or links given by an outsider or given by unknown person. And if it is say India Post or for that purpose any other courier, use only official apps and do not download any other third party app for any specific task. SIM card scam. Now, this happened in Ranchi. Uh, there were two fraudsters, and it happened in April 25. These fraudsters were running a customer service center, and where they happened to photograph the ATM card of the victim. They then ported the number in a new SIM card. Now, porting code is obtained by them. What is porting code? As a service provider, these services are now offered. Suppose I am a Reliance user and I want to port to Vodafone. I can make a request, a porting request. Once the porting request is made, porting code is given. So these fraudsters, what they did, they obtained the porting code, and then they directed the ported number to a new SIM card, which and set up a UPI account in the victim's name, finally withdrew the money. So this is a SIM card scam. So whenever you are suddenly losing mobile signal or stop receiving messages for quite some time, it may be a signal that mobile number was ported, so act immediately. Never leave your ATM or debit card unattended in public place. Here the victim did leave it, so it was getting photographed by the fraudsters. Enable real-time alerts for all account transactions, which I think normally most of you must already be doing it. Digi arrest scam. Your scam messages often begin with a threat that you are your account will be suspended, your Aadhaar is under investigation, or you are accused of money laundering, or there has been a courier sent by you and it has drugs in it. So these are all scam messages which may lead to DG arrest. Here, what happened, a 72-year-old retired professor and her husband were victim to a cyber scam on June 4th, that is last month only, when a caller posing as a senior CBI officer accused them of money laundering. The fraudsters placed them under a so-called digital arrest for 12 days, and they were coerced, they were forced in order to prevent the loss of reputation. They were coerced to transferring 2.36 crores by way of multiple RTGS transactions, and the total amount was lost by them was 2.4 crore. The government of India has come up with a statement that there is no such thing as digital arrest in India. So whenever one encounters or one's acquaintances encounter with such a digital arrest threat, you must spread the word there is no such thing as digital arrest. Report such scams to cybercrime.gov.in, and also note that the national cybercrime number is 1930. We will take you for that about that later on. Install Sanchar Sathi to detect scam calls. What happens that if you come across any suspicious scam calls, you can report that as a scam, and you should also first block that number and report that. Now, such reporting gets accumulated in Sanchar Sathi or caller IDs in normal parlance, which you must install so that whenever any call is coming, you would know that who is the caller and whether he is a scamster or whether it was earlier reported as a scam or a spam call or not. Stock market investment scam. This is also a very widely spread scam. Here, a gentleman in Bangalore was promised high returns and offered training in stock market. So over the time, he was persuaded to transfer a total of 3.6 crore to the scamsters. Subsequently, he was shown a fabricated account which showed that his 3.6 crore has grown to 5.7 crore. When he wanted to withdraw money, the scammers asked for 72 lakh of commission. The scam finally came to light when, despite paying the commission, he could not draw the money. So the precautions what we should take now by way of unsolicited offers on stock market tips, we should clearly stay away from it. Again, do not click the link in SMS or WhatsApp for such offers. Consult your regular financial advisor with whom you must be dealing with in fixed deposit or mutual funds or shares before going for such high stock markets investment promise. Do not get pressurized into making hasty decisions. Most of the time, scamsters say that this is a limited period offer. You must press the button, you must agree, or you must go for it before it is taken away. So these are the ways they put pressure on you. So our advice, do not get pressurized into making hasty decisions. Always preserve whatever payments you have been making, the screenshots, messages, platforms, etc. You preserve the record. So ultimately, when if you are actually scammed, then these preserved documents or screenshots help you in reclaiming and filing complaint. This is not an online fraud, but a breach of trust. As I said, there will be other frauds too. So here, an 82-year-old person living in Mumbai, Hirunandani Gardens, Powai, his domestic maid defrauded him. She was there in employment since 4 5 years, in fact more. And over the years, she got control of his finances in the garb of poor eyesight and lack of nearby family. She had the audacity to admit him to old age home without informing his nearby family, transferred ownership of the flats, also stole jewelries and cash worth more than few crores. So this was clearly a breach of trust. And what precautions we should take? Never to discuss financial matters in front of household staffs. We must also take proper verification before appointing any household staffs. Nominee and joint holders should be there in all bank account, which I think already must be there. And the security documents like title deeds, fixed deposit receipts, and such other documents should be kept in a locker which is having dual control with the senior citizen as well as someone else in the family. So these are the precautions which can help you prevent falling in such fraud of a breach of trust. Online trading scam. This is also similar to the investment scam. Here, someone in Pune lost 1.78 crore. He was offered a trainer and high return and IPO access via a fake trading platform. First of all, he was shown a profit of 1 lakh, which actually built his trust. And then he was asked to spend and invest more through this app. And finally, when he wanted to withdraw 90 lakh, he was further demanded for towards commission 17 lakh and another 16 lakh or so in taxes. After transferring the same, when he wanted to retransfer, when he wanted to get back the money, there were some pleas that the transfer errors are taking place, and finally the app was shut down, and he lost the entire money. So most scams actually, respected senior citizens, most scams are built incrementally. First, there is a message, there is a call, then a request. And each small yes nudges the next. So if you are wary of something, if you are doubtful of some message or some call, just block it. Do not allow yourself to go to the next level because each small yes nudges the next. Precautionary measures, further, what you can take, beware of downloading app, which I said earlier also. Check the antecedents of the company persons offering high returns. and whether they are registered with RBI towards making investment advice or not. And always try to report the fraud, whether it is in cybercrime.gov.in or 1930. And if it relates to computer or app fraud, you can also report in CERT, in which is also a government monitored facility to monitor, supervise, and prevent frauds. Here there was a scam through two apps. Once there was a dating app where a 63-year-old person got an online chat conversation with a woman on a dating app, and finally this woman she referred him to a Telegram group where he was persuaded to invest some money in a fake scheme. Finally, gaining his trust in small returns, he eventually invested all his savings, leading to lakhs of rupees of loss. So be cautious with online relationships. Do not engage with unknown over phone for long. So if you find in the initial few seconds or within a minute that the person is not comfortable to speak with, then just disconnect the phone. Do not engage in long calls with unknown. Do not join any Telegram or WhatsApp group. Telegram is also a competitor of WhatsApp. It is similar to WhatsApp, and use strong privacy settings. You can do that in your Facebook, you can do that in your even in your WhatsApp, and you can also do that in your other social media accounts. Strong privacy settings. Here, a gentleman in Goa was offered a credit card by a person posing as a Bank of Baroda employee. He was tricked into sharing his CVV and OTP of his existing credit card over a video call. And finally, money was withdrawn from this by the fraudster. So never share OTP, Aadhaar, PAN, CVV, or bank details or any other such sensitive details. And video calls is a strict no-no with any stranger. Use tools on WhatsApp and other platforms to block and report suspicious contacts immediately. About this, I have said earlier also. Whenever you find anything suspicious, please block it and report it as suspicious with your service provider. Identity theft. Whenever there are many such frauds, like suppose you are dialing in a customer care of a service provider, and the customer care, the executive on the other side asks you to share some information. Now you first of all need to be sure that whether this customer care to which whom you have dialed is actually a genuine customer care center of that company to which you are dialing, or is it a fake care? So a lot of frauds are happening through such fake customer care centers, and which is also called identity theft. Here in Kolkata, three Zimbabwean nationals committed fraud by creating fake emails and documents using the name of a reputed UK pharmaceutical and luring a person into taking cola nut trading scheme. He was persuaded to invest money, which he invested more than a crore through multiple RTGS transaction. So finally, and then he was defrauded by these nationals. So check email authenticity as a precaution. So even if the email comes from a person known to you, but the domain name and the URL may not be the right one. So check email authenticity. Look for signs like fake domains, poor grammar, unprofessional language. If there is suppose a help message coming by way of SMS or email by a person known to you, the first thing you should do is call that person and actually inquire whether he really needs help. So do not just rely on such emails, which because these emails could be a tool of identity theft of the actual person. Cyber criminals, as I said earlier, also are actually hacking human brain. So the firewall has to be inside your brain. Electricity bill scam, or for that matter, even your telephone will get disconnected. Such scams also take place here. A person in Kolkata lost 6.5 lakh He was tricked into calling a fake customer care number after getting a message that his electricity connection will be soon disconnected. He was then duped into installing an app, and after installing an app, he was asked to pay the electricity dues, and which finally got control of his sensitive information, and he was duped of 6 lakhs. Do not install unknown app. Again, this is a precaution. Whenever you get such message, electricity disconnection or telephone disconnection, try the toll-free number of that respective service provider before acting on any such SMS or WhatsApp. Check incoming call numbers to establish its connection with the company actually which it claims it to be. Here, a homemaker loses 6.191 lakhs. Now, these are fake job offers. Online work from home scam happens like if you are making a hotel review, fake hotel review, for each review you may get 20 rupees. Such scams take place. Now, here in this case, initially she was paid 200 for 10 reviews, and gradually scammers demanded escalating payment under the pretext of error, fine, and pending dues, ultimately extorting around 7 lakhs from her over 3 days. So avoid paying money for earning opportunities. This is a short trap for by the fraudsters. Stop transaction at the first sign of repeated payment demand. So whenever more than one payment are demanded, stop transaction there. Do not be afraid of losing the first tranche, but be careful of preventing fraud on the future tranches. Do not share personal or financial details on social media, and set third-party transfer limits for banks. Like suppose if I have to transfer, I may set a limit of 50,000, 20,000, 1 lakh, whatever. Beyond that, if the bank is asked to transfer again, they will first call you, and then after confirmation only they transfer. So this is called setting third party transfer limit. Always try to remember uh, that scammers understand emotion. Scammers understand emotion. Behavioral economists call it loss aversion. So many a times for they have emotional triggers in their communication. So beware of this. Some other precautionary measures which can be taken are calling cybercrime helpline 1930 as a recent development. These complaints are directly converted into FIR, and also local police contact details are given, which will help you coordinate with the local police. Consider taking cyber insurance. These insurance are not so costly. For up to 10 lakh, it is 400 to 500 rupees, and it can help you. It can provide proper risk coverage against online fraud. Two-way authentication is should be enabled. Like suppose whenever you are logging on to your email after giving password, the second authentication could be by way of OTP in your phone, and only after you give OTP, then you are able to log in. So this way, fraudsters are prevented from having access to your social media account and email account. Do not use public Wi-Fi because sensitive information may get transferred through the use of public Wi-Fi. Do not auto-save your browsers. Sensitive data always do not keep in untrusted devices, and don't click on pop-up ads or run unverified programs. These are several further precautionary measures which you can take. I'm happy to say that this initiative is also held by Infinity Group. They have developed a very exclusive old age home near Kolkata, and we are thankful to them for this. Steps taken by authorities, multi-hunter.ai. This is developed by Reserve Bank of India through the Innovation Research Hub, and it is meant for the banks and financial institutions to identify suspicious bank accounts which are used as ghost accounts, as money mules. They offer customer a kill switch, which is a dedicated number where they can dial if they face any cyber fraud. There are also awareness campaigns via TV, ad, newspapers. The Ministry of Home Affairs has come out and released a handbook on cybercrime. Finance Ministry is nudging fintechs to find solution to cyber frauds and deep fakes. There's a DPDP bill, which is Digital Personal and Data Protection Act. However, the rules are still underway. Once the rules are framed, then we will see the actual impact of DPDP Act. Before towards my conclusion, I am happy to share this video from none other than Mr. Sunil Bharti Mittal, as he was targeted by fraudsters through the use of AI. So let us understand what he has to say. Parting thoughts, protecting senior citizens from online fraud requires a proactive, informed approach. Uh, there has to be awareness, as I said, awareness, knowledge, skill, attitude, and behavior. Regular digital literacy training and awareness, like the one which we are having now. There has to be a collaboration also between the seniors, the authorities, and also the family members. Here in Kolkata, police is organizing regularly such camps of senior citizens and counseling them as to how to prevent themselves from cybercrime. Fostering vigilance and securing digital habits help protect senior citizens from fraud. Towards the end, I would like to raise another matter, which is diversity in investment. So, if you have diversified your investment, have you diversified where you constrained to adjust your standard of living after retirement? Do you know what is SWP or SIP? And have you made investment customized to your age as well? If you have not made, and if you want to know more about investments for senior citizens, come up, stand by for our next session on this. And thank you. We appreciate your time and attention, respected seniors. I also thank Never Say Retired and Infinity Group for taking this initiative for this online session. Thank you.